My name is Dina Surstedt, and I'm a proud member of the League of Women Voters Dakota County. And I would like to welcome you to today's forum. Please let me introduce our moderator, Dana Ross. Dana is a trained moderator and an active member of our league, serving as a co-president. We're honored to have Dana moderating this forum.
Good evening, and welcome to the ISD 194 School Board Special Election Candidate Forum, hosted by the League of Women Voters Dakota County. We extend our heartfelt thanks to the candidates for joining us tonight. We are recording the forum on Zoom so we can share it on League of Women Voters social media platforms. A link to the forum will be provided to the candidates and the school district as well. The League of Women Voters, a nonpartisan organization with a 115-year-long history, is committed to empowering voters through education, engagement, and civic participation. We do not support or oppose any political candidate or party. League of Women Voters Dakota County aims to deliver unbiased information to Minnesota voters irrespective of their political affiliations. This forum is a public service designed to offer you the chance to hear directly from the candidates about important issues. Please note that the views expressed are those of the candidates and do not reflect those of the League. Our sponsorship of this forum does not constitute an endorsement of any candidate. We provide complete, unedited recordings of our forums. Editing is permitted only for official media purposes, and any excerpts or edited clips must not be used for partisan or political purposes. There are two candidates running for one open seat on the ISD 194 School Board. We will begin with the candidates' opening statements, each lasting 2 minutes. They will be delivered in alphabetical order. Closing statements, also 2 minutes in length, will be given in reverse alphabetical order. Questions will alternate between the candidates. The candidate who will respond first to the first question was selected randomly. Candidates will have 90 seconds to answer each question. We kindly ask that you adhere to these time limits. Our timekeeper will hold up a yellow sign to indicate you have 15 seconds remaining and a stop sign when it's time to wrap up your response so we can proceed to the next candidate. Many of tonight's questions were submitted via email and reviewed by a league committee for clarity. Additional questions were developed based on community interests. Due to time constraints, we will not be able to address every question that was submitted. Thank you so much for your participation, and we look forward to an engaging and informative discussion. The forum will conclude in about an hour. Let's begin with opening statements. The order for opening statements will be Brett Nicholson, followed by Tony Reichenberger. You may go.
Sounds good. Thank you. First, I'd like to thank the League of Women Voters of Dakota County for hosting tonight's forum and for providing this opportunity for the community to hear directly from the candidates. I appreciate the League's commitment to nonpartisan civic engagement and to making sure voters have the information they need to make informed decisions. As a candidate, my focus is pretty clear. I'm committed to 3 main priorities: stronger academics, a balanced and transparent budget that protects the classrooms, and real support for teachers, the front line of student success. We've been setting pretty clear goals. We're focusing on publishing the results and funding what works. By keeping academics at the center, maintaining fiscal responsibility, and supporting our educators, I believe we can deliver on the kind of excellence our students deserve and our community expects.
Tony?
Thank you. I also would like to thank the League of Women Voters of Dakota County, engaged citizenry, offering this opportunity for the candidates to provide information to the public is a bonus in every possible way. I've lived in Lakeville for 11 years. We came to Lakeville for the school district. I have a son who's currently in McGuire. Um, uh, the schools are a major, major factor of why people come to Lakeville. It is one of the best aspects of the city. Um, little about me. I'm a public administration, political science major, an undergrad. I have a law degree. I currently work for an AI company in the legal industry. Um, what I want to do is I want to inspire and encourage all of Lakeville's youth. I want to tell them that and show them that whatever they want to do with their life, wherever they want to go, Lakeville schools can get them there. And I have no doubt that we would be able to do that. My priorities are plain and simple, are encouraging the teachers. I've been endorsed by the teachers union. I believe that they are the front line in any action that we need to do to improve the school district. They are integral in enforcing any kind of education policy in the city. They've been overworked and underappreciated for too long, and it's time to give them, to empower them, to improve, to get. Uh, it's time for them. It's time for us to show how much we appreciate those teachers. Thank you.
All right. Let's now proceed to the questions. The response order for the first question is Tony, followed by Brett. The first question is, please tell us 2 or 3 things you think the school district is doing well. Tony?
Sure. Recently, the thing that really stood out to me is when the Annunciation School shooting happened, and with the recent threats against various schools in our district. I thought the school district did a fantastic job of notifying all the public and all the parents about what was going on. I thought it was very quick. It was very to the point. They demonstrated true leadership there, and I want to give a lot of credit to Superintendent Bauman, who I feel is doing a fantastic job. He's really demonstrated a level of leadership within the city, within the school district, and the staff who have been fantastic. Something else that I think the school district has been doing well, they are doing fantastic with honors programs and co-curriculars. I believe the number is for Lakeville North, 63% of Lakeville North students take an AP class, and I think it's 50-something, 55%, I think maybe, at Lakeville South taking AP courses. To be able to take those credits shows the level of quality that the Lakeville students are taking advantage of, and I truly appreciate the quality of the level of the teaching that's been being done there.
Thank you. Brett?
Thank you. So I will say that if you've been in one of our schools recently, you will see that they have a extremely welcoming, warm environment. I think all of our buildings do a tremendous job of creating a culture and an experience for our young people. The education that they get is, I think, second to none. I think most of our children succeed in terms of our expectations, in terms of what they can do after school. Our security system is fantastic. We have a state-of-the-art system right now that I think, after everything that's been going on, provides our community a level of safety and security, knowing that it is not an easy situation to always get into our buildings. We know a lot of what's going on. Our system's very robust. We are looking to continue that. The upcoming levy is actually part of that expenditure. So minor plug there, just so you know, some of the things that are involved there are very important to be funded through this levy. Additionally, I think that the budget and the financial responsibility that we have right now is in a very good spot. We have a fairly robust attention to detail when it comes to how we manage our budget. And I believe that you're kind of seeing that now. As we move forward, you'll see more with our quarterly business reviews.
Thank you. The response order for the next question is Brett, followed by Tony. And the second question is, how has your participation in community activities and your professional experience prepared you to serve as a school board member? Brett?
So my participation in community activities is sports, dance, all kinds of things with my kids. So my kids are pretty young. They're 5 and 8. I will be in this district for, the next 12 to 13 years, possibly. Being around the community, having an opportunity to interact and engage with all of our parents, it's very, very important to all of them that our schools are a safe, educating, wonderful place for the kids. Being able to be out in the community, coaching, having experience with everybody out there, kind of reinforces that belief. On the professional side, I own a management consulting firm, so I have the opportunity to go into businesses on a regular basis, take a look at what they're doing well and where their opportunities are. I took that same approach as a current board member here. When I started, I made a pretty pointed effort to get out in the buildings, speak with the principals, speak with teachers. I've gone out, met community members for coffee when they've had concerns. Having that level of engagement and being willing to, talk to anybody about any issue, I think is really given me a wide lens into what's important for the community. And I think that's helped me serve well as a current board member.
Thank you. Tony?
For the last 20 years, I've been an attorney. I currently work in an AI company in the context of legal field. But prior to that, I worked for a public finance firm, helping schools and cities, sell bonds, create, find funding, doing all sorts of things associated with that. And so I do have a really good understanding as far as how school districts work, how public government work. I do have an undergrad in public administration, so I have seen, how the sausage is made, so to speak. As far as community activities, the most basic community activities, talking with your neighbors, talking to other school parents, engaging in the PTOs, engaging with all various community groups around. I coach my kids' basketball team. I talk with the other coaches in other grades. I talk with the other parents, and the school district is of primary concern. When you sit and talk to them, when you sit and discuss issues with them, they're always wondering what's going on with the school district, how things, how the schools can be better, how they can be improved, what issues are important. And I think that network of people that I know all around this town, that community, I love this community. They provide me feedback, and just working with them, I'm looking forward to doing that. So.
Thank you. The response order for the next question is Tony, followed by Brett. And that question is, what are a school board member's roles and responsibilities? How does this differ from the roles and responsibilities of the superintendent or administration? Tony?
Sure. Let's start with the second question first. The superintendent and the administration, they are the execution of school policies. They work directly with the teachers. They institute those policies. They work, collaborate and work on that. The school board is the public's voice in that process. That is the political impetus where the entire public has the opportunity to voice their concerns, give their opinions, provide their feedback and ideas into how schools are administered. The school board responds to them. They are accountable to them. They seek to listen. They seek for that input. They have various other committees, subcommittees, in which the public can take part. All that information comes together to form policy from the school board.
Thank you. Brett?
So the school board's roles and responsibilities are policy and governance. We set that direction. We set the policies for the administration, the superintendent to execute on. More so than that, we help set the strategic direction of the district. So when the board makes decisions, the administration and the superintendent in particular, who is our only actual employee, so the superintendent is really the only person who reports to the board. The superintendent is charged with then figuring out how to execute on the board's directives. So the important piece that I think the board has as a responsibility is to be the eyes and ears of the community and represent what all of the constituents of Lakeville have to say, what's important to them, and help drive those strategic directions to the board or to the superintendent, so the superintendent can then take action to address what the community is looking for.
Thank you. And we're going to break things up by going to a lightning round. We're going to ask you a question that requires a one-word answer, just yes or no. The response will be Brett first, followed by Tony. And this is the lightning round question. Do you support honors classes being offered in elementary and middle schools? Just yes or no. Brett?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
So for the fourth question, Tony goes first. And that question is, explain your response to the lightning round question, why you support or do not support honors classes in elementary and middle school. Tony, you get to go first.
When students achieve at a level that is higher than the other students within their classroom, they need to be challenged. They need to be motivated. They need, otherwise they just disengage. I myself was an honor student in elementary school and not middle school, so I can totally relate to that. In addition, when we talk about elementary school, the difference between a child born in September and a child born in June, the development of those two people are very different. The one born in September at the beginning of the school year has over 6 months more development educationally, physically, mentally than the one later in the year. And so encouraging them to move ahead to use that intelligence, use that advantage, and encourage them is a plus. Encouraging them to learn more while other students work on getting up to speed. I don't see a detriment to that. I think it's a good thing.
Thank you. And Brett?
I love this question. So this is actually a current topic and something that we've kind of had some discussions with already. So the board was very interested when we heard that there was some discussions about removing honors level middle school classes. That was not met with very good community response. The community was not happy to hear that. This is a very affluent community. The people in Lakeville moved to Lakeville for a strong educational environment for their kids. They want their kids to be challenged. It is an extremely important aspect of what we're trying to do is to also encourage the enrichment side of things, in addition to making sure that anybody who needs an intervention and is on, say, the lower end of the spectrum gets the support they need to get up to grade level. Having grade level proficiency is going to be the bar. I mean, that's what we want. Everybody should get to that point. We have to have the systems in place to support kids who are accelerating faster than that and give them that opportunity to go beyond what the normal classroom can handle. A normal classroom has, anywhere from, low 20s to 30s, kids in it. That is a wide variety of individual. So being able to have different enrichment opportunities is extremely important, and I think it's a critical function for us in our schools.
Thank you. For our fifth question, Brett will go first, followed by Tony. And that question is, in November, ISD 194 will ask voters to approve a $4 million 10-year expiring capital projects levy. The levy would continue to provide approximately $4 million annually for the next 10 years for educational technology, science, security technology, and technology infrastructure. Do you support the levy? Why or why not? Brett?
As a school board candidate, yes, I do support the levy. This is important for us right now. We have already approved our budget for next year. We want to see this levy move forward, continue with the work that we've been doing. In addition to all of the wonderful things that are kind of tied up into this that you've already mentioned, this helps us keep a steady state. It's very difficult for us to move forward if we're constantly pulling back funds, giving more funds, going back to the community, having to reshuffle the deck all the time. This is a critical point for us, I think, as we are starting to meet some of our financial targets that we've been setting in terms of having a secure, unrestricted fund balance, having that sort of rainy day fund, and basically a cushion when things like special education funding gets cut from our legislature and we have to react in the year that we're in. It's not something that happens next year or 2 years down the road. They typically make decisions and it comes on us then in that year. So we have to figure out how we're going to bridge that gap. So one of my big pushes right now is that we look at this in terms of steady state. This levy will not raise your current taxes. This is to keep us steady state of where we are now and where we were last year. So if you think about it in that context, we're not asking for more. We're asking you to just maintain the level that we're at today.
Thank you. Tony?
Yeah, I'm completely for the levy for many of the reasons Mr. Nicholson described. This is not a tax increase. It is basically maintaining the same level, same tax level of a levy that just expired. The funding goes towards technology, maintaining that level of technology. It goes to funding STEM teachers who work with that, robotics programs at various schools, maintaining a level of consistency with what functionality they have to various forms of technologies, and also allows for a plan to replace future technology as these current iPads and projectors and things phase out, and allows the latitude to get new items as well. So yeah, I am 100% in favor of this levy.
Excellent. Now let's go to another lightning round. Recall, we will ask you a question that requires a one-word yes or no answer. And for this question, Tony will respond first, followed by Brett. In January of this year, the current school board voted 4-3 to begin removing an inclusive poster series from schools, prompting mixed reactions from the community. Do you believe the current school board's decision to remove inclusivity posters was the right one? Remember, just yes or no. Tony?
No.
Brett?
Yes.
So for the, this is the sixth question. Please explain your response to the lightning round question. Do you or do you not support the removal of you're responding to your yes or no. Brett?
Sure. So this is not an easy question, and I'll tell you why. This is tied up in a 5-year legal battle that a lot of people don't know anything about. This is a long-standing divide in our community. We had the opportunity to put the fire out. This just ended the discussion, and it was an opportunity for us to move forward together. And that was my message to everybody. We're not saying that some of the statements were not appropriate statements. We're saying that the poster series in which Lakeville area schools was the only district in the entire state to go down this path was not the appropriate move when they did it. Now, if you've been to any of our schools, you will see posters, you will see signage with similar messages. We are not the poster police. This situation was about removing a legal problem in which many people still don't know the ending to that situation. When I tell people, they're very shocked. It was a $30,000 payment from our insurance company, not district funds. It was no restrictions on what we can or cannot put up on our walls. So we maintain complete autonomy in what we want to put on our walls. We could put the poster series back up if we wanted to. But as a district, it did not make sense to pursue a lawsuit, in my opinion, talking with our legal counsel, as it was.
Tony?
Yeah, that's just hooey. Just because someone sues your district doesn't give you, doesn't mean you have to give them $30,000. The posters we're talking about were positive in nature. They were largely benign. My guess is most kids would just probably glance at them, not even really pay much attention to them. This lawsuit, had it actually gone into court, would have been chucked out almost immediately. The fact that we paid $30,000 for it, even though it's through an insurance company, we're still paying the insurance company. The two easiest businesses in America are casinos and insurance companies, because they're going to get their money either way. The house always wins. And so we're going to pay through it through increased premiums. We're going to pay for it through other means. So just because an insurance company is paying for it isn't the right approach. The posters were fine. I don't see any reason to take them down. I don't think people really thought this through. I thought they were, I have no idea what people were thinking. I didn't see anything wrong with any of them.
Thank you. The response order for the next question will be Tony, followed by Brett. And this question is, what is your plan for maintaining a stable, effective workforce while staying within the budget? Tony?
This is a really good question. Right now, we are losing good quality teachers. Rosemont, Eagan, Apple Valley District pays $11,000 more on average. Northfield pays $5,000 more per teacher on average. Prior Lake pays $5,000 more per teacher on average. And one of the ways that, paying teachers, keeping them here, keeping them happy, it maintains continuity. It eliminates vacancies. Every time one of these teachers leaves, we have to spend money on subs and trying to find more people to fill them. Plus, we also have to have teachers make up the difference in other means. It is just long-term, much more effective, much more efficient, paying teachers what they deserve. It maintains stability in the budget. It's predictable. It's just time. The way the previous negotiations have been handled have been pretty disappointing. And I think I speak for a lot of Lakeville people that say we like our teachers. We want to see our teachers stay here, and we want them with our kids.
Thank you. Brett?
So thank you for this question. So maintaining a stable budget is something that is critical for Lakeville schools because of the fact that we are limited by what we're given in terms of funding. We can't go out and make more widgets and sell more whatever. We are bound by the tax dollars that we receive. So maintaining a healthy workforce is a critical function, again, for student success. Teachers need to be the resources that we have. Lakeville actually has a very high retention rate. We're over 90%. We have one of the best insurance programs anywhere, and I would put our insurance program up with any district in probably any state in America. None of our teachers will leave because of those things. Our financial compensation is offset a little bit because of some of those benefits that they have. Our benefits program is extremely robust, and we do a fantastic job of taking care of our teachers in that respect. There's always going to be jobs that people want more money for, and teachers are there's no exception there. I mean, teachers have one of the hardest jobs to do. They have to deal with all the kids that we send them across a huge spectrum, like good, bad, IEPs, all kinds of different challenges that they have to deal with in a given day. So we're working right now to make sure that we're involved in this negotiation, and I think we're gonna have a healthy negotiation that settles and we can move forward. I think the district will be in a great spot.
Thank you. The next question, Brett will go first, followed by Tony. This is our 8th question. A funding shortfall, staffing shortages, and potential legislative cuts may impact Lakeville's special education programs. How do you propose Lakeville schools address these issues without compromising services for students? Brett?
We're already dealing with it. I mean, this is something that happened already. They cut special education funding, they cut special ed transportation. It's a horrible thing to do. I mean, there are state mandates. This falls under both the shortage in terms of funding as well as unfunded mandates where you have to provide services, transportation, and everything else to kids who have to be strapped in. They have to have their wheelchairs brought in, on the vehicle with them. Some of them have wheelchairs that they have to, be strapped to. I mean, it is critical that those programs are not cut. And anybody at the state level needs to know that. Like, that isn't where you should be cutting. Now, as a district, we've done a lot of things to put ourselves in a good financial position over the last couple of years. And I think the last 2 years, the board was absolutely phenomenal in sort of helping turn the corner. We are continuing that as we speak today. We are driving decisions, hopefully, that will continue that. I mean, we want to see a dashboard in place that monitors our spending, monitors our costs, and that we can always look ahead. We put triggers in so that if our fund balance drops below a certain level, that's when we start looking ahead to say, okay, we're going to have to make a decision and we're going to have to do things that will hopefully have the least possible impact to the kids in the classroom.
Tony?
Yeah, a constituent recently reached out to me. She's a member of the Special Education Advisory Council. She's with the Special Education PTO group. She's got a child who has special needs. And the story she was telling me about the way Lakeville has managed the special education program has been very troubling to hear. We had a teacher lined up. They quit after the first day. They shuffled the students around from school to school because they had plans in place that didn't work out. Then they had to revise things. There was a real lack of continuity there. There was a lack of organization, it seemed like. We've got to do better in this regard. It's not acceptable that the people who need the most help, who we should be paying attention to and organizing much more detailed manner, that they're often treated almost as an afterthought, and that's just not acceptable to me. I think we need to do more. I'm open to suggestions. I'm glad to listen to whoever offers some good ideas in this regard. I'm not going to tell everybody I have the grand plan as far as how to do this, but something definitely needs to be done.
Thank you. And Tony will go first on our next to last question, and that is, How will you ensure transparency and accountability around school board decisions, especially on controversial topics? Tony?
Transparency and accountability on the school board. It starts with your votes. It starts with how you discuss topics. It starts with showing up and being a part of the process, asking good questions, asking people to be a part of the decision-making process. I am by no means, a black box. No member on the school board is. But they are your sounding boards for feedback, for information, for anything that you need from the school district. How will I ensure transparency? I will work for all of you. I will be that person. I will be that person on the board. If you have a question, if you need something, I will be that for you. And because this is a special election, because this seat is going to be up a year from now, if you don't think I'm transparent, if you don't think I'm being accountable, you can vote me out.
Thank you very much. And our 10th question and final question.
You want me to answer that question?
Yeah, he
Sorry,
has an answer.
my apologies.
Thank you. So how are we going to ensure transparency? Our discussions actually have over the last 9 months, we've heard a lot that our meetings go too long. And one of the things is our current chair wants to let everybody have an opportunity to speak their mind. It's important that everybody on that board has an opportunity to speak. And everybody should definitely voice what they hear, what their opinions are, and what their collective constituents are telling them is important for the school. In terms of controversial topics, right now, I don't see us having to deal with a ton of controversy. We're going to have boundary changes. That's going to be a difficult discussion for a lot of people. I don't necessarily know that I'm concerned with the fact that it's just going to be personal to everybody, and we have to be aware of that. We have to consider that, so we have to listen. We have to give people an opportunity to voice their opinions. Tell us why it's important to them. Now, some people get locked into certain situations and they're comfortable with where they're at. Change is the hardest thing that humans have to deal with. We are creatures of habit, and you can see it in any industry, all kinds of walks of life. Change is the difficult piece. So we need to do a good job of helping the district shepherd the community through change. And I think that's really the hard part of what we're going to have to do here in the future. But overall, got to give people that opportunity to talk.
Thank you. One last question before closing statements. If you are elected, what would you hope would be key accomplishments of the board during your years of service? Brett?
I'm hoping to finish the work that I'm doing right now. I've had an opportunity to work with our teachers union, EML. We've collaborated on a couple of things that have already seen some fruit. I'm happy to continue to work with the district and acting as the current treasurer. I want to see the financial picture continue on the trajectory that it's on. I don't want us to be in a situation like a lot of the other districts in this state where they're cutting $7 million, $4 million. We can look ahead. We can have a picture. We can have a plan. It's important to maintain some continuity here. And I think that's where we're at right now. This is a great opportunity for us to continue down a path where the district is set up for success for the long term.
And Tony?
When I first came to Lakeville, and in my years being here, there has been one constant theme for the entire duration, and it is that the Lakeville School Board is dysfunctional. It's problematic. There's issues. I'm happy to say that it's going in a better direction, but it could still use some work. It's not as unifying as it should be. What I hope my key accomplishment would be getting on the board is to bring a level of unity to the school board, to bring the community together. I'd love for there to be better a better contract with the teachers. I really believe that a lot could be done, and this is the turning point. This election, if I win, things are going to change. Things are going to get better. We're gonna work together. We're gonna get the school board going in a better right direction. I think people will look back on this year and say, this was the year that we changed Lakeville for the best.
Thank you very much. And that brings us to closing statements. Candidates will have 2 minutes. Closing statements will be in reverse alphabetical order, beginning with Tony Reichenberger, followed by Brett Nicholson. Go ahead, Tony.
Once again, I want to thank the the League of Women Voters of Dakota County for holding this forum. It's fantastic that you do this every year. I want to thank Brett for his service on the school board. And I know that running for election is not always fun. It is a job interview. Nobody likes doing job interviews. It's a lot of work. It's hard to put yourself out there sometimes. So I do appreciate his work on the school board and what he's doing now. I also want to thank the viewers, people viewing this on YouTube or wherever you're viewing it. An engaged citizenry is how things get better. Local and state government, school boards, working at the local level, at the grassroots level. This is how government works for the best of everybody. I'm committed to improving and empowering Lakeville schools. I want to do this with you. I want to do this with everybody in the community. I want you to be a part of my campaign. We just need a little bit more unity, and things are going to turn the corner. I'd like to encourage everybody to go visit TonyReichenberger.com, visit my websites, get engaged, help on the campaign. I look forward to having good election day. Get out there and vote right now. You can vote at the Lakeville School District offices, early absentee. Thank you.
Thank you. Brett?
Thank you. I'd again like to thank the League of Women's Voters for putting this on. I think it's great that we get an opportunity to present ourselves to the community, answer some questions that were important to the community members, and again, push, for a better future for our kids. I want to focus on kind of my, again, 3 points here. Stronger academics. I think we can have a better way to show how well we're doing. We do a great job within Lakeville schools. I think we need to be able to demonstrate it. We need to show the community that we have a great program. We have a great opportunity to do that now. Balanced, transparent budget. We can maintain safe, well-run schools while being responsible stewards of your money. We're showing that. I think we're doing a good job of it today. I want to continue that. Support for our teachers. We do have a union contract coming up. I'm happy to say that I'm part of the committee that's on it right now. I am very confident that we are going to get something done. I don't think we're going to have the same situation as we had in the last negotiation. I think both sides have been very upfront, transparent, had good conversations, and are doing well. Can't say it much more than that, but I don't foresee a similar problem as we've had in past years in that front. I think we take care of our teachers pretty well. We give them some opportunities. I think we need to do better in terms of providing support at the building level. They need the help. New standards come out, different curriculum changes. We need to be able to give them the tools to impact our most trusted resources, our kids. They need to be able to do that. And mine comes walking in right now. If I'm reelected, I'm going to continue to fight for academic excellence, strong budget, fiscal responsibility, and good support for our teachers. Encourage you to go to votebrettnicholson.com and hope to see you out there on the campaign trail.
Thank you so much. This concludes our candidate forum. On behalf of the League of Women Voters Dakota County, we extend our sincere gratitude to everyone who participated in tonight's forum. A special thank you goes to our candidates for their commitment to the democratic process and their willingness to serve our community. The League of Women Voters is dedicated to researching issues crucial to our members and the well-being of our communities. If you're interested in learning more about our work and discovering how you can make a difference, please visit us at lwvdakotacounty.org. For additional information about voting and candidates, please check out mnvotes.org and vote411.org. Thank you once again for tuning in, and don't forget to vote on or by November 4th. Good night.